Katie, I'm so glad you're on here. Do you have the baby with you?
I do. He is eating right now, but
so you probably don't want to show us your boob. I get it. I'm so glad you're on here. Okay, we'll wait for just a second. Hey, Natasha. I'm so glad to see everybody. We're going to wait for just a second. I'm going to go remind everyone to jump on.
It's daylight there. That's so weird. I'm like, it's still sunny. It's so dark here.
Are you, where do you live?
Kentucky.
Oh, okay. All right, hang on one second. I'm in Idaho.
Okay.
I used to have a shirt that said Idaho, no Idaho. I always feel like I need to say that every time I say I'm from Idaho. I probably shouldn't have this recorded on Nicole Kinsler's account. Okay, we'll wait for just one more second. If someone is available, well, actually, I will do this. Hang on one second.
By the way, I'm like in a really weird spot in our house. I have a sick baby, and so he fell asleep on the couch, and I'm like, I'm not moving him.
Buddy. Okay, so I am so excited about our call tonight. There are going to be a few more people hopping on. We've got that event going. I think you probably know about the one with Tamara, the favorite thing. So there's some people on that right now. So people will be hopping on, but I am so excited about tonight. I'm going to introduce Natasha in just a second, but I wanted to do some praises for our team. You guys, over the summer, we have had phenomenal growth, and it's been so cool to see people setting goals and achieving them. But I also know there are people who have set goals that have not achieved those goals yet. I want to say right now, do not feel defeated. Do not quit. Do not stop because you feel stuck. Do not stop because you feel like, well, I haven't posted in a few months. I don't even know what to say now, or I haven't reached out. Like, reaching out terrifies me. I don't even know what to say. Don't let that fear stop you from propelling forward. I'm so excited about Natasha because her story totally correlates with everything I'm saying right here. But I want to do high praise for some of our leaders from August. So in August, I think Kylie, is she on here right now? Kylie Bell, she joined, I want to say in June or July, maybe the beginning of July, and she went gold last month and earned the $2,000 Leader Retreat Prize, which is amazing. Then we also had Megan, who also went gold, which was so awesome to see her team backing her and supporting her and celebrating her. So super proud of you, Megan, if you're on here. And then our two very first gems within our organization, we have Hannah and Kara's right now doing a live on that favorite things. But you guys, that is such a big deal. When I told Chris, my husband, that Hannah, because Kara had just gone Ruby and then Hannah was so close, I told Chris, I guess if she had just earned it, I said, Hannah just made it. Hannah just went Ruby. And he said, I really feel like when you went Ruby, that was the moment I was like, wow, like this is real money. Like this is really substantial money. And I want to tell you very quickly that there were so many moments that Hannah had. Hannah, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but so many moments that Hannah was like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like I just need to throw in the cards. It's not going to happen. And she made a comment today on her team thread, and she just said, you know, like I did that. I said, I don't want to fail at this. It's just not going to happen. And I told her, Hannah, what you speak is what's going to happen. So if you say it's not going to happen, I'm not going to meet this goal, then you're not going to. But if you speak it and you believe it and you work towards that, it will happen. And I want you to hear that. You're not just believing it, you're also putting forth action. And so if you are in that season where you're not seeing a lot of fruit, check yourself, check your mindset, and then check your actions. So that leads perfectly into Natasha. I am not going to do much of an introduction because her story is beautiful and I don't want to take any more time away from her. But this is my dear friend Natasha. I hope you guys have notes ready because she's going to give some tangible tips on what she has done to get out of her season of being stuck. Okay, take it away, girl.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thanks for asking me to jump on. It's totally a mindset thing. When someone's like, hey, do you want to do this call, share your story? It's still constantly a mindset battle throughout this whole journey. The feeling like, what am I going to talk about? Or, just asking tips. So I'm always super honored to jump on these calls. I want to share a little bit about my story and how my mindset has played a huge role in that, but also give you guys some tangible things that I had to do to get out of my funk. So I've been with Plexus for 4 years. Well, first of all, I'm Natasha Ritchie. I'm a Diamond Ambassador, and I'm from Georgetown, Kentucky, a really small town. So if you're in a small town, you can do it too. So I joined, and I went Fast Start Gold. I earned this Silver Star trip, and I went Emerald in 11 months. And at that point in my journey, so many people were hopping on board. Everyone was super goal-oriented. And then I had 7 level 1s get pregnant. And then life just started happening left and right to all of my leaders. And so I went Emerald. And at that point, I hate to say I was like in management mode, but you're trying to save everything. And you're like, oh my gosh, all these people need me. And so each day I was waking up and I was putting out fires and helping everyone else. And so as I'm telling my story, I want to tell you, it doesn't matter if you have 5 people on your team or 20, start your day on a positive note. Do your daily IPA, reach out to who you need to, follow up, and do the things that are going to bring you, you don't want to be at 6:00 at night thinking, I haven't got any work done. I haven't had anything to do. And then guess what? That is going to play a role in you just being like, okay, I'll just wait until tomorrow and then I'll do it. And so I start every day now doing my personal stuff on a positive note before I put out any fires. So along with that journey, I moved really fast. Well, I got stuck at Emerald and I was there for a really long time. I got stuck there for a good 3 years, which I'm very proud of where I've been in my journey, but I was so defeated. And so instead of throwing a pity party for myself, I really, truly realized I went to dual training last year and I started aligning myself with people who showed up to work their business and people that were working hard. And I'll never forget it. They came out with the Leaders Retreat contest that they were separating the two. And I was like, my team is going to think I'm a fraud. I'm doing all the work, but my points were not reflecting truly where I felt I should be in my business. And so last April, I was at 650, 700 points. You all devastated. And then I went from that to 1 year later being at 4,700 points to go diamond. So what I did in a 1 year span, I got to work. So when I figured out that I had to do that Leaders Retreat contest, I worked hard. It was to the point that I reached back out to everybody on my team and I took a lot of the blame. And I was like, hey, life has been hard. I've been in a rut and I've not been in the best mental place to really help you as a leader, because I don't know if this is where you're at in your journey or you need just to pick me up. But if you feel like you have people in your team that would have been so good if you just would have really helped them whenever they initially joined. And that could be from something in life happening or you just feeling like, did I really give them the tools to succeed? So if you're kind of in that wishy-washy place, I personally, what I would do is I would go back and I would reach back out to those people and say, hey, I wasn't in the best place or life was happening or I just had a baby or whatever your situation is, and give them one last chance. And I created a group, and for 1 month, I really poured into those people. And from that group of people, there's only 2 that are still sharing the business now. And what I had to do from that point on is let go of who on my team was not ordering, who was not sharing, and find new excitement and people who wanted it, because you're going to feed on that. If you are just thinking about trying to bring back the dead and trying to get everyone excited. That's you wanting it for them more than they want it for themselves. And I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but until they want it for themselves, there's nothing you can do. And so put your energy into like positive places. And so a couple things I did. One, I aligned myself with hardworking people. I'm not sure if you've seen Mandy King's name. There's probably about 10 girls that they are like rock star recruiters. Their names are on the leaderboard, and none of these people are on my team. I don't know these people, but if you start going to their pages and interacting with them, regardless of their sidelines, those people are going to motivate you. And when you align yourself with those people or you build friendships with them, and this can be people on your team that aren't underneath of you, but who on your team, I mean, even under Emily, is adding and who is getting on the leaderboard and who's, just showing up for the top PV and the top business builders each month. And align yourself with those people, because I will tell you personally, my sideline sisters, as you call it, are the people that got me really just like lit a fire in me, because I'm like, you know what, if they're still doing it, then I can do it. Or if they're brand new or whatever their circumstances are. So align yourself with really hardworking, positive people. 2, I'll just say this, I do not like reading. I remember when I first joined, I'm like, why do they always want me to read? Like, I don't want to read. I'd rather just talk to people. But if you are not pouring into yourself, like, the energy will be sucked out of you. So I read the book, I hate even like saying the name, Get Over Your Damn Self. And the reason I liked it is because it made me dig back deep into my why. And it really just makes you focus on yourself. And so watching diamond documentaries, listening to podcasts, like I was just, even if I didn't want to read, I'm like, okay, let me watch this 5-minute video. Because life is so fast paced that it's just like go, go, go. So if I was in the car, I would listen to a video. And I poured myself back into plexus because, okay, very vulnerable. When I was in like a severe rut and I felt like I was just spinning my wheels, I was blaming everyone else, but I really wasn't recruiting the people. But it was because my belief was so down. So by listening to the videos and seeing how it helped others, like that's helping me with my belief. And there was a point that like I hated plexus. Like I could not hear the word plexus because I associated it with me being a failure. And so even though, like I said, my points didn't reflect where I was, I just kind of had to let go of what had happened in the past, pick up the ones who wanted to work the business. And guess what? By me doing that and me leading my team and just doing what needed to be done, other people kind of started coming back around or wanted to jump back in. And so it's contagious, and others are going to see that. Your team's going to see that. I have had, people in this business that like I like looked up to that I'm like, I didn't even know they knew who I were. And they're like, okay, what is your team doing? Like my team is seeing it because we started getting back on the leaderboard after being like really quiet for 2 years. And a couple things that I do that I like to tell everyone. When I lead with $1.99 welcome packs, and then I revert to 99 welcome packs so that I'm not putting myself in a corner. I think it's something that takes practice that a lot of people can be intimidated by, because don't look at someone as a number. Look at someone like it is the best deal. Like you can only get that deal when you initially join. And so if you feel that and you know how good of a deal it is, and then someone's like, I can't afford that, then you can revert and say, oh, well, we have a 99 welcome pack option. And then they're going to be like, oh, like $100 is so much better than $200. So I did that, and then I lead with the business a lot and then revert to the products. But if I lead with the products and it's someone I know that would be really good at the business, if they're not interested in our products, then I can't be like, well, you would be really good at the business. So I kind of like will reach out in a way of like, hey girl, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I really think you'd be good at this business. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, but I like to tell them why. Or if I know like what health issues they're having, but I personalize a lot of my messages. So for the Leaders Retreat contest, I think I needed 29 people, and there was like 2 weeks left to earn all the prizes. And so I kept doing small things to just try to prove to myself I can do this. I remember looking at my husband, and I was like, I don't care if I find 29 people myself. Like, I'm not going to look at my team and be like, because there were a couple of days I was like, no one's adding. There's no way I can get there. And so it all just starts with you. Like, if that's all you can take away from this call is it doesn't matter how many people you've brought in, what your team has done in the past. If you want things to change, the energy, the culture, the momentum, like, it starts with you. And so if you don't feel like you're at a place for your team to pick that up, or for even your potentials are going to see that. Because I've had people say, you're just so passionate. I'm like, well, you would be too if you would just try it. And so there's a few things that make me laugh. But really just that energy starts with you. And so if it's your mindset or you're in a funk, just really like align yourself with positive people, pour into yourself, and you have to know your why before you can do anything. And I know it's cliche and like a lot of people will ask you that, but like dig deep in your why. And that's one thing I really liked with the book, the Get Over Your Damn Self. Like, it pulls back the layers, not like I need to make more money. Like, it's like, why do you need to make more money? You know, and it really is like, makes you think, why do you truly need this business? And so I guess the things that would have helped me the most is just my mindset. And whenever I get in a funk, so I'm 13 weeks pregnant, and I have been like deathly sick. And then I woke up a couple of days ago and I had a cold, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I just try to get into action. And that can be like silly things, like call Emily or call someone on your team and just have them like start to brainstorm or start to reach out, get events on the calendar, do something plexus wise to just kind of keep you in your groove of not isolating yourself, or the whole like IPA. If you do that daily, you don't have to, because I'm a diamond ambassador. And so if I don't message for a week, guess what? When I go and message again, I have to like give myself a pep talk. I'm like, okay, like, let's do this. Because I'm human. That fear, I don't want to say fear, but that like self-doubt like seeps in. But when I'm on a roll and I'm sending 20 messages every single day, I don't have time to think about it. And I don't have time to sit there and overanalyze. But whenever I know I've slacked off, it goes back into just, okay, we got to keep going, and like loving on myself a little bit so that I can get back out there and love on others. And so I probably talked a lot and talked in a circle. But really that's just been a little bit of my journey and things that I've had to do that you've probably heard 100 times to do, but it really does make a difference.
I would love to ask you a question. So if you've been a part of Plexus for 4 or 5 years, surely you're out of your warm market. How are you growing and expanding your network to where you're able to send out 20 messages a day?
Yeah. And so there's times when, because I still, Instagram is an area where I'm like, I have to figure it out. So I'll be honest with that. And that's another full-time job within itself. Instagram is not just like put up a post, but I still predominantly use Facebook. So what I do is we have a lot of mommy groups in my area or surrounding areas that I'm active in. And so I feel like that brings in like new friend requests, and I try to friend request people. And I'm adding to my Facebook friends. The other day, I think I was at 5,000 Facebook friends. And so I spent like 2 hours deleting people because I'm like, okay, I don't know you. I don't know you. And just always like, I'm genuinely always trying to grow my network. So like the mommy groups, my son is like starting to get into T-ball and things like that. And so I'm trying to get out there. We go to story time at the library. I've met people like at Kroger and like the shopping line, like literally weird places. And I'm not someone that's super bold that can be like, hey, have you ever tried plexus? Like, like that's just not my personality. But if someone starts to ask questions, that's been somewhere I've had to push myself outside of my comfort zone. And wearing plexus clothing or anything that says plexus, like I had a keychain, I did not do that for a while, and I did not realize how big of a difference it made, because so many people would say, like, what is that? Like, what is on your shirt? I've never heard of it. And it opens that door. And so I try to wear a shirt at least once or twice a week when I go somewhere, instead of, dressing up cute. I'm like, no, I'm going to throw on my plexus shirt and leggings and, call it a day. And it's been working. And so just, I guess, social media is a job. And so in the mommy groups and things like that, like it does take me going in there and scrolling and trying to comment on a few things. But that way, when you post or you need feedback on something, more people are more apt to comment on your stuff. And so just getting in different groups and there's like a couple girls on my team that don't have kids, and they're like in cooking groups. I think one girl's like in a Dave Ramsey group. And so they do like find areas that appeal to you, or whatever that is, if that's cooking, if that's cleaning, or I'm like in a Disney group, and just trying to find different areas so you can connect with different people and being active in those groups. Because if you join the groups and you don't get in there and try to build relationships or talk or comment on anything, then it's just kind of pointless.
Yeah, that's great. So you're just living life. You're taking advantage of like meeting people, not with the purpose of, oh, I'm going to meet you so you can be on my team. Like you're building friendships, building relationships. You're providing value to people on the groups. You're interacting, and then that's just naturally growing. That's great.
Yeah, because they'll start to like or comment on something, and that kind of just opens the doorway. And then every few months, I'm kind of like, okay, I need to start back at like 0. So I'll go through my friends list and I start to reach out again. And because it's just hard for me to be like, okay, I've added these 30 people, like let me reach out to them in 1 month. So what I do is I just build the relationships. And then that way, when I go back through and I try to go through my friends list and start reaching out and to like people that I know that I really haven't, or I don't really know their name, it's probably because I've met them through some group or organization or out somewhere, but just not too pushy as soon as they become my Facebook friend, and then being like, hey, join my team. One thing that my upline does that she'll get like a lot of people from, in the mommy group, she'll say, hey, I'm going to do a butts and guts for September. Any moms want to join me? And so she'll make a private group and get on Pinterest or somewhere that already has the graphics of each day and those challenges. And she'll get, there's been times she's had hundreds of people join those groups. And so what she'll do is usually you have to add them as a Facebook friend before you can add them to your group. And so she's very cautious, like as she adds people, like for a couple days, she's not spamming plexus. It's more of like her family and stuff. So that way they don't, as she's adding them, they're not like, oh, she's just trying to get me to sell plexus or take her products.
That's brilliant. I love that idea. That's awesome. Okay, who else has questions? And let me remind you, she said she was at like 650 points, which I know is a huge, huge amount. But she was at 650 points and then jumped to 4,700 points in 1 year. That's insane. You were the first person to double rank Sapphire and Diamond in 1 month, weren't you?
Yes. Well, it was kind of like, was it Hang on Your Team? I remember going Sapphire, and it was like the 24th or 25th, and like auto ships haven't even ran. And so I was still like 600 points short when autos ran. And I remember being like, that's a lot of points in a couple of days. But my team was like, no, like, let's do this. And so it was a push, but it happened.
That's awesome.
So
that's amazing. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? We have her here for just a few more minutes. Obviously, she had some duplication going. She had some retention going, which I know is a question that many of us have. What questions do you guys have?
Oh, and can I talk about duplication really quick? What I do, and I feel like has been helping, is when someone joins, I'll say, hey, let me know when your products come in. That way I can help you on a regimen. And we'll spend 5 minutes on the phone. And by someone feeling like you are just taking a few minutes out of your day to really help them, because, I mean, think about it. A nurse is going to take their products different than someone who sits at a desk or a teacher. And so when you're getting them on the phone and you're getting them excited and you're helping them with the regimen, what I will do at that point, I'll say, okay, before we jump off, I do want to ask, would you be interested in getting your products covered or making a little bit of money? And my coach, Jake, is sometimes like we brainstorm. He was like, do what you have always done. Like, get someone to silver, and then if like they get that taste of money, and then to senior silver, and then to gold. And so don't complicate the process, but I have just found that if I can pick up the phone and talk to someone for 5 minutes versus messaging, they're going to stick around a lot longer than someone that I just send a graphic picture to with how to take the products. And so that is an area that I'm like, I don't want to talk on the phone today, but it's worth it.
And that's something that I've said to our team a lot, because I was able to go to Scottsdale in July, and that's what Genevieve said was retention equals relationship. So retention equals relationship. So I love that. I love the idea of it's just a 5-minute phone call, and that means the world to your people. I love that. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
And by you doing it and saying, hey, let me know when your products come in, they're not looking at it like you're trying to trap them on the phone. It's more so, and I do that with people that like I haven't talked to the business about, because it just opens that doorway for me to present the opportunity versus like say, hey, would you be interested in working the business? Like 99% of the time they're going to be like, no. So it's about setting that call up too in their favor.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, we're going to do one question if anybody has one before we let her off the hook. And then we're going to talk real quick about calendar stuff. Anybody have any question? This is a superstar. We're amongst the celebrities right here, people.
No. She's silly.
Okay, no one? All right, you're shooting yourself in your foot, people. She's good. Okay. All right. Well, Natasha, thank you so much. I want everybody else to stay on, but Natasha, you are amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time. I have like 2 big old pages of notes that I'm excited to type out for our friends that weren't able to be on the call, but kudos to you. I mean, that's amazing. You've accomplished a whole lot, and you have provided a lot of, a lot of belief, I think, for a lot of people, because there's so many of us that have felt stuck and have not known what to do. And you just have a few simple actions that you have shared with us that aren't hard. You just have to do it.
Well, thank you guys. And thanks for asking me to jump on, but you all have a good night.
You're awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Okay, guys, so let's talk real fast about calendar before everybody jumps off. I posted this morning our September calendar. I'm really excited. We're going to be really intentional. We have added quite a few people to our team over the past couple of months, which is beautiful. But it may feel like adding somebody to the team, like once you've added them, it's like, whew, we've done our job. Now we can kind of sit still. I have that attitude sometimes because Tamara was not like on me all the time about my products. Like she let me kind of figure it out on my own. And I think oh, well, everybody's going to have the same experience I had. I didn't have any detox. I started to notice energy really quickly. Like I don't need to get in touch with these people. I don't want to annoy them. I don't want to be a burden to them. And what happens is people start to drop off because they don't feel cared for. They might be experiencing detox. They might, like Natasha said, they may be taking their products a way that they shouldn't be taking their products. And so it's so important for us to have customer care. If you have not taken a look at this, there is an Emily Gibson document that we have on Rising Jewels. Just type in, I think it's just like 4 points of contact or customer care. And it's just a simple graphic of what she messages to her new people every week for the first month. What I have started doing is as I'm signing people, I'm going to write their name down. So that way I don't forget, oh yeah, I forgot I signed up Joe Schmo and Jill John last month. I need to check in on them. Like I'm trying to be better about that too. So I think we can always just improve that customer care, because again, once you sign them, it's not like your job is over. This is you walking with them, and that does take time, but there's great reward for them with their products and great reward for you, because you're helping somebody with their health to feel better, and they're going to stick around a lot longer. So really focus this month, all the time, focus on your customer care. But I'm really excited. A few of our leaders are going to be really pouring into our team page this month. Hannah is going to be leading a great 10-day, what is it called? Personal growth. Is that what it is, Hannah? What? Hang on.
Sorry, ask that again. I was crying.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind. You can talk later. We can chat later. You take care of the baby. She's going to be doing like a 10-day personal growth. And it's just going to be one video a day, because so many of us have this fear. So many of us, like I've had just this week somebody say, like, I don't even know what to message somebody. I have this overwhelming fear in messaging people. Or I don't even know what to share. I don't know what to post. Or I've shared 2 times and no one is interested in doing this. And so I'm so excited because Hannah's going to take the reins on this, where it's all about personal growth, just one video a day. There's going to be a $25 Amazon gift card at the end. So do yourself a favor. And just like she said, like Natasha said, you've got to pour into yourself. You've got to pour into yourself, and that's going to be a really great opportunity that Hannah's putting on starting tomorrow. And then the following week, Kara and her team are going to be leading an IPA challenge where it's going to be focused on simple daily tasks that you can do with script ideas. We're going to have a 7-day sample pack challenge at the end of the month. And so Kara and her team are going to be also focusing on messages to invite people to come and do that, because some people may not be able to spend $99 or $199 to try out the product, but they'd be willing to do it for $12. And so I think that that's something that we haven't done in a while. And so I'm really excited for our whole team to come together and really engage and invite some people. And I want to remind you that, there are times that I personally feel like, man, we do so much and there's like not a lot of fruit that comes from these groups that we do. Is it worth it? And then I'm reminded by people like Marian Anderson. I don't know if you guys remember her, but she is a Sapphire about to go Diamond, and she got started on the products through a 7-day trial pack. Rachel Harrison, my good friend who's an Emerald, she got started on a 7-day trial pack of Slim. So there is a lot of fruit to be had through these events. It's all about us inviting and engaging. And so Karen and her team are going to be working on that next week. And then we've got all sorts of other exciting things through Tamara's team. I think she's doing maybe a Maui challenge, I can't remember. There's just a lot going on. Don't be overwhelmed. If you have 5 to 10 minutes a day to work on your business, do not look at Gold Diggers. Do not look at your threads. Do not look at Rising Jewels unless you are going specifically for a resource. I need to do my IPAs. Exactly what Natasha said. Start your day off on a positive note and focus on your personal business. Do not go and comment on people's posts because they need post love. If you only have a few minutes, you take care of your business. That is what is most important. Don't get caught up in management mode. Don't get caught up in busyness, because that is not going to produce fruit for your business. That was catchy. Don't get caught up in busyness. That's not going to produce fruit for your business. That was good, right? Okay. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about before we jump really quickly into the Gold Retreat? I don't want you guys to forget about this Gold Retreat. I am excited because Carrie and Shelby have claimed that this month they're really going to push hard for gold. They're making a claim that this month is their gold month. And I love that they have a goal and they have connected together. They've aligned together, just like Natasha said, and they are working together, working hard for that goal. Remember, to get to the gold retreat, you have to rank up to gold between August 1st and December 31st. Or if you are a current gold, you need to re-rank twice. Current gold or above, you need to re-rank gold twice. Then you just need to add 10 people. You guys, that is so possible. If you've gotten out of your rut of posting, then tomorrow I've got a scheduled post on people that I love to follow on social media. Get out of your rut. If you are struggling, get in touch with one of us and we will help you with posting. Go and find people that you're inspired by. And remember, when you post, your vision is to add value, is to inspire and to educate. And if you guys remember, Jordan Roddenberry, she spoke a few weeks ago about when she got out of her rut was when she made a conscious effort to post about plexus every day. And I know that's very uncomfortable for some of us to make that goal to post every day, but her business skyrocketed once she and her team members committed to posting plexus and personal once a day. So I just want to encourage you guys, do something to get out of your rut. Do action. Fix your mindset. If your belief is down, like Natasha said, what do? Go watch a diamond doc. Talk to somebody who has more belief. And I will tell you, I have been at that place when I wanted to throw in the towel, August of 2017. And I had to build my belief from Paige Greenway. I had a conversation with her. I needed that belief because I didn't have any more. So if you're in that place, get in touch with me. Watch Diamond Doc after Diamond Doc and remind yourself you can do this and dive deep into what your why is. I love you guys. I'm pumped about what the next month is going to look like. If you are struggling, if you need help, reach out to me. Reach out to your upline. I want to see every single person on this call in Scottsdale with us. I also want to see you guys in the accountability group that we're starting up the Monday after Hawaii. So I think that's the 22nd or the 23rd of September. I'm pumped about it, you guys. I love this team. We've had great victories, but we've also had some hard times. Don't let that stop you. Don't quit because you've had a hard season. Dive deep into this. I love you guys. Congratulations to all of our friends who've been promoted. Congratulations to all of our new mamas. Katie, I'm seeing you, girl. I'm so glad you're on this call. I love you guys, and we will talk soon. Have a good night, you guys. Thanks for being here.